Hello, friends, and I am electrified to bring to you a very special one today. So after the video on Friday and after playing it a lot myself yesterday, I learned that Spectral Helix is a controversial skill regarding its feel and its clunkiness, and I totally understand. If I'm gonna play a League starter, I wanna be super excited about it. I want you all to be super excited about it. And I also want to work on something that's going to be a journey that we can modify and dynamically make throughout the course of the first couple weeks of the league. And I think I found something really awesome and really exciting that everyone should be ecstatic for as we are able to light up our enemies and just have a great time exploding the entire screen, chaining all over the place, bringing back some of that nostalgic feel from old school PoE. Think of some old school builds that you might have been excited about and just have a great time playing around with something that I think there's gonna be a lot of flexibility. And after some testing, I have a lot more confidence that I think this could feel pretty darn good. So my goal is to bring back the self-cast Arc Witch, and I think we might be able to do it. Let's take a look. So let's do a little showing off in Burial Chambers here. The basic idea of the build is we're Trinity, actually. We're doing cold and lightning damage. And because of the variance between cold and lightning damage, we're able to trigger Trinity very easily. And since we're self-cast, we can actually use Trinity. If you're using a trigger or a totem or anything like that, it actually doesn't work with Trinity. In addition to that, we want to get as much added damage as possible. Now remember, this is before all the buffs. All of this added lightning damage is actually going to be 50% more effective than it is next league. Not to mention the base damage on the gem itself is going to be 50% higher. So it's going to be pretty crazy. And then what I'm currently doing is I'm summoning a Flame, Chaos, Lightning, and Ice Golem. And then with that, we're taking Golem Commander, so we're getting really nice buffs from them. And in fact, with no armor invested whatsoever, I have 21% physical damage reduction, which is not very much, but this is just random gear that has no other defenses right now. In terms of the clear, we are using a Call of the Brotherhood to do cold conversion. An alternative that I have right here that works almost as good is actually just a Curse on Hit Ring. So that's entirely possible to just use if you want to. And then we can just run around and start blowing up the entire screen. The potential damage that I'm looking at right now, we don't have the exact numbers. We don't know what the gear is actually going to look like with the flat damage that we can get on the items themselves. But it's looking really good. I'm theorizing between 7 and 10 million DPS. Currently, as this stands right now, I'm at like 4.5 million DPS. Now, this is pretty crazy standard gear, but it is missing all of the gem effectiveness, all of the new flat damage, all of the cast speed, and it already feels really good. Now, this current shell that I have right now is lacking some defenses. I'm just taking existing gear that doesn't really work with itself. So this is really not a build guide here, but I just wanted to show off what I'm really excited about right now. You know, this isn't going to be the big show-off build that, you know, might be a little clunky to play, but gets you to like Wave 30 Simulacrum really easily. But I think this will have a smooth, nice progression, and it's just going to be really fun to play. All right, the last boss actually died too quickly, and I wanted to make a better demonstration of what that's going to be. So I know that Orb of Storms will have a 29 hit limit, but it's going to do so much damage that I think that that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to drop Orb of Storms. I am currently self-cursing, but as I said before, we can use a Curse on Hit Ring instead of Call of the Brotherhood. And then we drop Hydrosphere for the double exposure, which will be really strong. So we do that, we get the Orb of Storms, and we can kill a T15 boss that easily. Now imagine 50% more damage on top of what we have right now. I've already killed some Conquerors, and I think there's a lot of potential here. Give you guys a few seconds of the mandatory sleeping cat shot. That's a sleeping cat. Anyway, hope y'all are as excited as I am for this potential build. You know, this is going to be an untested thing. All we can do is make our best guesses of what it's going to feel like, what the new gear is really going to enable. But I just want to go back to something that feels really good. When they showed off hand casting, when we saw the buff to Arc and Fireball and all those things, you know, I just had to play it. My first builds ever were both a self-cast Fireball and a self-cast Ice Nova, and I just wanted to recapture that feeling of being an Elementalist wizard-type character. I can't promise that this is going to be some awesome, easy-scaled build that decimates everything for, you know, 5 Chaos, and this is the perfect League starter. But I am really excited to just have fun, play around with it. But after the testing that I've done the past 36 hours, I really am confident that we can get to maps start earning some currency, start crafting some gear, and put together something that, while might not be a showcase for damage or anything, feels really, really good, makes us happy, and electrocutes the competition. So thank you for watching. Definitely tune in at twitch.tv/subtractem if you want to follow how I'm putting this build together and starting putting together the build guide as we wait for POB to update. And wow, I'm really excited. So thank you once again, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.